Hi, welcome back everyone on your most favorite channel on YouTube, Math Vibes. Well, today's video is a requested video as many of you were messaging me to please make a video on rational numbers and all that. Okay, so here I come with a video on rational numbers. Well, before I start with today's video about what are rational numbers, their need, types, and what is the difference between a fraction and a rational number, here is a task for you. Well, today, while you are watching the video, you also have to message me in the comment section below that on what topic you find most difficulty in. Do let me know so that I can cover up that topic in my videos and help you out. Thank you. Well, let's start with our today's video, which is what are rational numbers? What is their need? Why do we need rational numbers? What are their types? And what is the difference between a fraction and a rational number? And a question also awaits for you in the end. Let's move ahead. Well, firstly, why do we need rational numbers? Well, we already have so many numbers with us. We have natural numbers which are represented with n, and it goes on from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we have whole numbers which are represented with w, and it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we have the set of integers also which are represented by z. Hey, have you watched our video on integers? That why it is represented with z? Do check out the link below. Alright, so we have integers also which are used to represent the opposite situations, right? When we already have so many numbers with us, we have natural numbers, we have whole numbers, we have integers, then what is the need to have rational numbers? Let's check out. Well, let us consider two situations. Okay, now in the first situation, you have to represent 350 meter above the sea level. Okay, but in kilometers. Now remember the formula that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. So if I have to convert 350 meters into kilometers, what I will do? I will divide it by 1000. So 350 divided by 1000, and then if I'll convert it into the standard form means converting it into the lowest term by doing cutting, right? So we will get 7 upon 20 kilometer. Okay, now I don't want to represent the distance above sea level in meters, but now I want to represent it in kilometers. But now if I convert it into kilometers, it is in fraction, which is 7 by 20 kilometer. Now I want to represent it above it. So if something is above, then we have already read it in integers that it is represented with a plus sign. So I have written plus 7 over 20 kilometers. Right. So this is the first situation which we are already well aware of. By knowing about integers, we have represented it with plus 7 over 20 kilometers. Right. Now let us consider the second situation where you have to represent 350 meters below sea level in kilometers. Below sea level in kilometers. Now we have already done the conversion that if I have to convert 350 meters into kilometers, then the answer will come out to be 7 over 20. But now the point which you should take note of is that now it is below sea level, below. Okay, here it was above, so we have written plus 7 over 20. But here it is below, right? Now if I want to represent 7 over 20 kilometer below the sea level, obviously I'll put a sign of minus, right? Till now we are well aware about integers, so we know that the sign of minus will come if we have to represent something which is below sea level, right? Correct. Minus 7 over 20 is correct. But my question is that what type of number is minus 7 over 20? What type of number is minus 7 over 20? Can you tell me? Is it a natural number? Obviously, no, it is not a natural number because natural numbers start from 1, right? Is it a whole number? No. Is it an integer? Is it an integer? Think. Integers are used to represent the opposite situation, right? They're used to represent the opposite situations. But who told you that integers are in fractions? Remember about integers? Remember? Oh, if you are doubtful still in integers, go check out the video of integers that we have put on our channel. Okay? Integers are never represented in fractions. They do represent positive numbers, negative numbers along with the number 0, but integers are never in fractions. So that means minus 7 over 20 kilometer is also not an integer. Then my question remains the same. What type of number is minus 7 over 20 kilometer? And if we have only these type of numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers and integers in maths, then how will I represent this type of a number? So this question arises in the mind of our mathematicians, okay, and they thought that if ever they have to represent something which is below, will they be never able to represent something which is below sea level or below something, right? Below the ground level, or the opposite situation, but an opposite situation which is in fractional numbers. Otherwise, though we have integers, but if the opposite situation is in fractional numbers, then what will happen? So they felt that here is a need of rational numbers, and for that we need to extend our number system. So they found rational numbers, right? They found rational numbers. Now what are these rational numbers? Let us study about them in detail now. Okay, I hope till now you're clear that why do we need rational numbers. Okay, so now let us study about what are rational numbers. Well, rational numbers are made with two words, ratio and numbers. See, here we have ratio and numbers, right? Here already it is written in this word, ratio and numbers, right? Now, when I talk about ratio, then can it be represented as say 5 over 5 is to 6? We represent ratio with these two signs only, right? 5 is to 6, which is read as 5 is to 6. Now we also know that a ratio can be represented as a fraction, right? That means it can be written as 5 over 6. It can be written as 5 over 6. So if it can be represented as 5 over 6, so can we say 5 over 6 is a rational number? Was it not a fraction? Till now I used to think that it is a fraction. Something numerator over denominator. Something which is written like that. Numerator over denominator. So is it not a fraction? Is it a rational number? So confusing. Well, don't get confused. Firstly, let's quickly revise what is a fraction. Well, when we talk about fraction, then fraction means a part of the whole. A fraction means a part of the whole. Something which is complete. Whole is something which is complete. For example, regarding fraction, there is a one very common example of a birthday cake, right? A birthday cake is full, but on your birthday you don't eat the full birthday cake, right? You just take a slice from it, right? Now that slice in maths will be called a fraction of a cake. Okay, a fraction of a cake. Now in mathematics, fraction is also represented in the form P by Q, P over Q, but here P and Q both are natural numbers. Okay. In a fraction, numerator over denominator. P and Q are just the representation for numerator and denominator. Okay. So numerator and denominator both are natural numbers. Now remember this thing, huh? This thing is going to help you a lot in learning about rational numbers. That in a fraction, numerator and denominator both are natural numbers. Okay, let's move ahead. Then what are rational numbers now? Now fraction is clear to you. Well, a rational number is defined as a number that can be expressed in the form P by Q, numerator over denominator. But here P and Q, that is numerator and denominator, both are integers. Okay, earlier we have done fraction. In fraction, numerator and denominator both are natural numbers. But when we talk about rational numbers, then numerator and denominator both are integers. Okay, numerator and denominator both are integers. Don't forget it. All right, and Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q are co-prime numbers. Okay, then it is said to be in standard form. All right. Now, if this is the definition, then I think it is clear to you now that why 5 by 6 is a rational number, because it can be expressed in the form P by Q, that is 5 by 6, where 5 and 6 both are integers and 6 is obviously not equal to 0 and 5 and 6 are co-prime numbers. So that is why 5 over 6 is a rational numbers. Of course it is a fraction too. Okay, every fraction is also a rational number, right? So that means, can I say 8 over 9 is a rational number? Yes, 8 over 9 is also a rational number because it can also be expressed in the form P by Q, that is 8 over 9, where 8 and 9 are integers. 9 is not equal to 0, obviously, and 8 and 9 are co-prime numbers. Do you remember what are co-prime numbers? Well, co-prime numbers are the numbers which have only 1 as their common factor. Okay, I'll surely make a video on that too. Don't worry. So, is 18 a rational number? Here comes my next question. Is 18 a rational number? Well, we know very well that every number can be represented as 18 over 1 or with the denominator 1. So yes, it can also be represented in the form P by Q, that is 18 over 1, where 18 and 1 are integers. 1 is obviously not equal to 0 and 18 and 1 are co-prime numbers. So yes, 18 is also a rational number. My next question is 0 a rational number? 0. Well, yes, it can also be expressed in the form P by Q. Right, we can always write it as 0 over 1 or 0 over 26 or 0 over 69 or 0 over minus 6. Right, so all the answers will be 0 only. Right, so of course 0 is a rational number. It can also be represented as P by Q. Right, now have you noted one thing? I have written all the numbers as positive numbers, right? But here I have written minus 6. What type of a number is this? 0 over minus 6. Of course it is a rational number, but what is its type? Something we should need to think upon, right? Okay, let's study that what type of number is this. So rational numbers are also of two types. Okay, rational numbers are of two types: positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. All right, positive rational numbers and negative rational numbers. Now let us study in detail that what are positive rational numbers and what are negative rational numbers. Don't worry, it is very easy. Let's have a look. So what are positive rational numbers? If both the numerator and denominator of a rational number are positive, then we say it is a positive rational number. right? Now what we have done over here, that if both the numerator and denominator are positive, then we say it is a positive rational number. Then now the word that you have to take care of is both. Okay, if both the numerator and denominator are positive, then the rational number is said to be positive. Like for example, if I say 15 over 31, or if I say 25 over 26, etc., then both the numerator and denominator over here are positive numbers. Okay, so it is a positive rational number. Now, what are negative rational numbers? Now, if any one of the numerator and denominator, any one of the, means it can be either numerator or it can be denominator. Okay, if any one of the numerator and denominator of a rational number is negative, then we say that it is a negative rational number. Then we say that it is a negative rational number. When can we say? When any one of the numerator and denominator, चाहे न्यूमरेटर में नेगेटिव साइन आए चाहे डिनोमिनेटर में नेगेटिव साइन आए, कहीं पे भी नेगेटिव साइन आ जाए, राइट, we can always shift the signs. Okay, but that type will be negative rational numbers. Okay, पॉजिटिव रैशनल नंबर्स आर जब दोनों में प्लस साइन होता है, न्यूमरेटर में भी प्लस प्लस है और डिनोमिनेटर में ऑल्सो वी हैव प्लस साइन. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट नेगेटिव रैशनल नंबर्स, देन चाहे न्यूमरेटर में नेगेटिव आ जाए चाहे डिनोमिनेटर में नेगेटिव आ जाए, इट विल बी कॉल्ड नेगेटिव रैशनल नंबर. और अगर दोनों में आ जाए तो what will happen if we have a negative sign both in numerator and in denominator? They'll get cancelled. Come on. If we have negative sign both in numerator and denominator, they'll get cancelled. So that will means that that will again become a positive rational numbers. So if I ask that is minus 5 over minus 6 a positive rational number or a negative rational number, what will be the answer? Tell me the answers in the comment section below. Come on, let me see. Are you able to understand it or not? Okay, I'm not going to tell you the answers over here. Message me in the comment section below that whether minus 5 over minus 6 is a positive rational number or a negative rational number. Alright, I've already explained it in the video, but I want to check out whether you are understanding or not. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now I have a question for you. Can you guess by which alphabet we represent rational numbers? We have already done in the beginning of the video that natural numbers are represented with N, whole numbers are represented with W, and integers are represented with Z. And I've already posted a video about that too, that why integers are represented with Z and not with I. Make sure you watch that video to know about it. Okay, but now can you guess that by which alphabet rational numbers are represented? Hey, what did you say? R? Oh, sorry, wrong answer. No, rational numbers are not represented with R. Then by what number they are represented? Let's check out our next video on the same question, that by which alphabet rational numbers are represented, and if they are not represented with R, then by what other number they are represented and why so? Why they are not represented with R? Check out our next video on our YouTube channel, Math Vibes. And if you like our video, make sure you click the subscribe button and don't forget to like, share and comment and press the bell icon below. Bye bye.